Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to forecast Avalanche and its token Avax price. None of the content is financial advice. This price forecast is developed on cryptoweeklies.com. The link is on the bottom of your screen. It uses machine learning techniques such as seasonal ARIMA, LSTM, and XGBoost. Let's get started. Right now, the price of Avax is at around $20, roughly speaking, coming close to that major area of support at around $17.35. The price has been in a series of higher lower highs and also a flat line bottom, a horizontal bottom at around $17. First traced in August of 2024, then back in March and April of 2025. So from that April 2025 bottom, the rally went back to the 20-week simple moving average, where it met with a significant resistance, and now the prices are in a downturn. Let's see if they get a chance to test these low structure that AVAX has been forming since about a year or so, at early July of 2024. Let's see if that level gets tested. Again, there are no guarantees again, and not financial advice. The next level to watch where the Fibonacci levels is at around $41 level. That's the 0.23 fib, and there is a chance that if this lower high structure were to continue, the price could meet that for close to that $41 to $45 towards the end of the year as a lower high across the three lower high structure. Again, if there isn't any euphoria phase in the later half of the year. Per the machine learning model, though, there is a higher chance that the price tests its March 2024 highs at a weekly level at around $54-$55 level. Again, back then the price at the peak was at around $66, but the weekly average for that candle was at around $54. Roughly speaking, the machine learning model says that if there is a non-euphoria bull run in the next 6 months, the price could top between $21 and $55. Again, week by week ceilings are different. For this week, again, month ending in late June of 2025, the non-euphoria bull ceiling is at around $28. The euphoria ceiling for this month is coming in at around $40, roughly speaking, and the euphoria ceiling overall is at around $131, slightly higher than the weekly average price in November 2021 at around $118. I know the price peak was at around $148, but that was just a wick at that point in time. The weekly candles, if we were to look at the candle view instead of Fibonacci view, you could see that the candles closed at around $128 for the week of for the week of November of middle of November of 2021. Again, coming back to the Fibonacci candles, again helping understand the momentum behind the price action. Identify that right now it's coming in at around a key level. All things equal, this model says that price action has a slightly higher chance of going up with time than down with time. If the next 6 months were to present a severe downturn, the price support is roughly at around $7 to $16, and you can see this is kind of true with that ranging support towards the lows of about October 2023 at around $8.70. So that's where the panic case for AVAX is. Again, the purpose of this model is not to tell if the price has to go up or down. If it were to go up, what are the theoretical ceilings, and the using machine learning models, what are the theoretical 1 standard deviation forecast, 2 standard deviation euphoria case for AVAX. That's something that is covered in this machine learning based price forecast, not just for AVAX but for top 100 cryptos by market cap. In the tabular view, they are week by week ceilings and floors for AVAX. In terms of the regression based fair value calculation, unfortunately, since about October of 2024, the prices have been in a downturn, which is encapsulated by this pink line, which is the fair value of AVAX, a non-linear fair value which goes up in the bullish phases and down in the bearish phases. Right now the fair value is at around $15.50 If the price were to rally at around about $41, that would signal a rally to the 2 standard deviation ceiling. Right now the prices are coming close to the 1 standard deviation ceiling at around $25, and that's where, again, if you look at the 20-week simple moving average and the 21-week exponential moving average, it's close to that $24 level. So that's one key level to watch for Avax. To the upside is at around $41, and the 3 standard deviation blow off top scenario at this phase is around $67 for Avax per the regression based model. The regression risk is slightly elevated at this point in time at around 37% or 0.37. If it were to go to that 40 to 60% target, the price per this model could be between $19 or so, and about $25-26. So that's the intermediate peak for Avax, where the price rallies back to the 21-week exponential moving average. And let's see if there is a continuation of the trend at the 2 standard deviation regression based outlook, where the euphoria phase for Avax could start. If it were to start, it would be at around price at around $32 or so. At this point in time, the simple moving 20 week simple moving average based risk is at around 25%, roughly speaking. If it were to go to that 40% to 60% risk, the price could be between $57 and $74 per this model. So slightly bullish than the DCA or the regression based model. The moving average based models have an upward bias. The time weighted average price model says that Avax is in an accumulation phase starting February 2025, where the price is lower than this blue line, which is the time weighted average price at around $30.74. Whenever the prices are below the blue line, especially for high quality assets which have a chance to make another run up in the next bull run, accumulating below the blue line is not the worst idea. Again, there is no such thing as a sure thing in the markets. Again, Avax could follow a pattern where the highs in the next leg are lower than the previous leg, but again, if there were a consistent so this is where Avax in terms of time weighted average prices, there was a great accumulation phase identified by the model between May 2022 till November December 2023. Again, prices didn't go that much high in 2024 and not in 2025 either, but prices were meaningfully lower than what they were at the early March and late December rally of 2024. If we were to collaborate and try to aggregate the findings across the 3 risk-based models that we discuss and come up with an estimated bull run target for Avax, it's roughly at around $81, slightly lower than 4x from the current price of about $20. That's because a regression model is at around 40% risk, time weighted average price is very low, close to 0% risk. SMA model is at 25% risk, weighted risk is at about 25%. And this brings the bull run peak about $81. And with that, I'd like to conclude by saying first area of to look for is if the price were to break out of this downturn on this 20-week moving averages at around $20. If it were to test that, ideally it would be somewhere at around $17, first garnering some sort of support at that level. If it were to break down to the downside, the further area of support is between less than $10 at around between $8 and $10. If it were to break out to the upside, the 0.23 fib level is coming in at around $41. That's a non-euphoria bull run target for Avax, close to that $40-50 level. Then there is an intermediate peak estimated across the risk levels at around $78 to $80, and the higher end at around slightly lower than the previous all-time at around $120 to $130. With that, I would like to conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.